through center ice. Gabriel Landeskog to flip it in. And Nathan MacKinnon sealed off in deep. He had that 14-game point streak come to an end Saturday. Mikko Rantanen had an 8-gamer come to an end, and Tatar's shot blocked way out of play. Tyson Barrie got his stick in the shooting lane for an early faceoff.
Well, we saw these two teams, how entertaining that third period was, and into overtime. And one guy you have to be aware of is Nathan MacKinnon. A great play by Brayden McNabb defensively. Takes the stick and then a little kick with his skate over as he lays it out for Nate Schmidt. Now allows them the breakout out of the zone.
No lineup changes for the Golden Knights. That means Derek Englund missing his second straight game. Riley Smith remaining out, the 10th consecutive game that he has missed. Offside here on Colorado. And that will stop play and put a face-off in the neutral zone.
Our keys of the game brought to you by Desert States Ford. For the Vegas Golden Knights, they need to get pucks behind the Avalanche D, get in on the forecheck, and win the one-on-one battles, especially for loose pucks. Colorado Avalanche are looking for their special teams. That was the difference last game. Their penalty kill is very good, and they want to force some turnovers, something they did really well against the Golden Knights early in that game.
Avalanche with the same lineup as they had Saturday. They go with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. David Perron will shovel it out. David Perron, no goals in his last 10, his longest drought without scoring this year. Out on this line with his usual mates, James Neal and Eric Howla. Here is Perron into the Colorado end, and he got separated from the puck, and a good hit by Zadorov. Now Howla's centering pass blocked away, intended for Neal. That Nieto to chip it back for Zadorov, being pressured by Neal, and a loose puck to Barrie. And he'll start it back the other way to Blake Comeau. Comeau, of course, victimized by the big poke check with Marc-Andre Fleury in the third period on Saturday. Fleury came way out to poke it away from him.
Very aggressive play by Marc-Andre Fleury, and the Avalanche were looking for a tripping call on the play, but he did not make contact with Comeau's skate.
Now here's Sam Girard deep in his own end. Golden Knights with a fresh line over the boards. Cody Eakin, Alex Tuch, Ryan Carpenter. And now JT Compher back on it for the Avalanche. Colorado has not lost back-to-back games in regulation in over a month. The Avs at 9-2-2 in their last 13. Fleury behind his own goal. Here is Brad Hunt under a little bit of pressure from Alexander Kerfoot, but able to move it out. Eakin through center, dropping it off for John Merrill. Throws it towards an end, and Varlamov able to stick it aside. Mark Alt, who made his Colorado debut Saturday, coming off a waiver wire from the Philadelphia Flyers last month. Now Jost will feather one out to center ice. Eric Johnson into the offensive zone. Drop pass. Wrist shot on a save made by Marc-Andre Fleury on Dominic Toninato. Real good chance for Toninato walking right down Broadway. And Merrill to feed it up for Tuch. And he'll deflect it out to center ice. Right back come the Avalanche with a burst of speed. Comeau trying to split the defense. He had to bat it away to the boards. Jost towards the corner. Ticket a point. Trying to roll free. Now Toninato looking to wheel his way back up the boards. Being chased down by Brad Hunt. Puck loose along the half wall. Comeau looking off to Bork. Cuts into the middle. Wrist shot. Missed the net. He tried to go glove side on Fleury. And now here's Hunt to play it around his own goal. McNabb with an outlet pass to Carlson. Carlson to Tatar. Darting down the wing. Rolls up in the corner. Feeds it back to McNabb. His shot missed. And it kicks around the boards to Rantanen. Here come the Avalanche. Rantanen up ice. With a wrist shot. And that one's fought off by Fleury. Didn't have it squeezed real tight, but tight enough to get a whistle, and he'll hold on.
Well, Fleury finds that puck. Gerard Gallant looking for win number 200 as he sits at a career 199 wins. His team hoping to clinch a playoff position here tonight. And for the Colorado Avalanche, Jared Bednar's second season as head coach, a much turnaround season for him as last year. His first year behind the bench in the NHL did not maybe go as planned, but certainly has done a nice job this season as the Avalanche now in a playoff position.
Well, Gerard Gallant telling us this morning too, Shane, he thought the game Saturday was really a tale of two games, right? Colorado dominated the first half, then it took the Golden Knights a little while to get it in gear. The third period was their best. The entertainment value was off the charts in the third period and overtime.
Well, overtime was pretty much all the chances for the Golden Knights.
Here's Rantanen trying to duck his way in. Pulls up and drifts towards the boards. He'll throw it on net. Stick save Fleury. MacKinnon on the rebound to play it back up the boards. Didn't get a lot of wood on it though, and Carlson will filter it out. Patrick Nemeth will regroup. And now Eric Johnson. Just about 4 minutes gone in the first. No score between the Golden Knights and the Avalanche. Johnson picks his way to the offensive zone. A wrist shot fought up high by Fleury. Now the puck loose on the boards. Nieto to feed to the Como, and a save made Fleury again. Carl Soderberg, who had Colorado's only goal in regulation the other day, tying a career high with his 16th. Belmar up ice. He'll flip it into the corner. Reeves and Nemeth go after. Reeves with a hit. Nemeth able to fight him off. Belmar looks to dig it out. Al Soderberg had it taken away by Nosek. His wrist shot, and that one's turned away. And a face-off here just over 4 minutes into the game.
Well, it's been Colorado with the chances early. 5 shots on Fleury, just 1 on Varlamov. Fleury has looked sharp, kind of similar to last game. Good shot by Como right from the top of the circles, and a good blocker save as Fleury able to see that puck all the way and push that puck to the corner. No rebound in front.
The Avalanche have really made a terrific push here. They were basically a 500 team through the first half of the season. They were 17, 16, and 3 after 36 games. They've gone 24, 10, and 5 since. Theodore with a wrist shot like a deflected, and Varlamov able to take care of it with a blocker. And the Avalanche looking to return to the playoffs. They haven't been there in 3 years, and 6 out of the last 7. Nosek up ice, shifts into the middle, offside. Barry stepped up on Nosek. That forced him to make one little extra move and put Belmar offside of the blue line.
Well, look at the change by the Colorado Avalanche from last season to this season. The wins they're able to reach, some others in the total in the first half. Looking at Atlanta Thrashers, 22. And Jared Bednar, big reason, patience he's showing a lot of this young group. He put that line together of Landeskog, McKinnon, and Rantanen, and boy, that really sparked things for this club.
And we were saying, Shane, the other day, they put them together after the 7-0 loss here to the Golden Knights. They responded their next game in Chicago with a 6-3 win, and they have been one of the best lines in the NHL ever since. Fowler to dish it off. Hunt has a little open ice. Neal with a touch pass to Perron into the Colorado end. Cuts into the middle, a backhand, and a save made by Varlamov. Now Neal in deep, trying to knife his way free. Hollow went down. He'll had to take a step over him. Now Kerfoot to center with Jost. Tyson Jost into the offensive end. Wrist shot, gloved down by Fleury. He'll play it up to the blue line, but not out. Girard to move it towards the net. Now Gabriel Bourque trying to move it in front. That got blocked. Bourque stays with it. Loose puck to Howla. And Merrill to filter it to Carpenter. He'll hit the red line and softly feed it in. On the forecheck tuck, trying to create a turnover. Nemeth pulls it out of the pack. And now Girard, the 19-year-old rookie, with a lead pass on the money to Bourque. Here's Nieto down the wing, squeezed off by Theodore. Miller around the boards for Rikin. Lets it go to Carpenter. Carpenter up ice to Theodore. Had a career-high 8 shots Saturday, and also career-high 26.5 minutes of ice time. Puck in behind the net. Out in front now, Theodore already. Eakin looking, and his wrist shot blocked away. Eakin was covering up for Theodore out near the point. And Barry will flip it out. Theodore turns to go get it with McKinnon on his heels, and he backhands it on goal. Fleury takes care of it. Nathan McKinnon, he has speed to burn, and he raced up ice in that sequence. This will be an icing on Vegas, and a face-off back in the Golden Knights end.
Oh, good clean breakouts help put the Golden Knights on good transition up the ice. So this is a heads-up play by Arcala. They're taking away the wall. Well, he goes right to the middle of the ice. Good positioning, Brad Hunt. That allows them to start the breakout, come up the ice with speed. His little pump back play to Perron, who lets the backhand go. And it's about forecheck for the Golden Knights. Good pursuit of the puck by Tuck. Able to knock the player Bourque off the play, but a little bit of support there by the Avalanche as they regain possession.
Off this face-off, Perry a long wrist shot deflected up over the net. The McKinnon line on the ice for Colorado against the Carlson line for the Golden Knights. Gabriel Landeskog trying to cut his way loose. They have the only goal for either team in the shootout in Denver. Now Marsh is sort of moving out. Feeds it up ahead towards Tatar, but it glances off his skate. And Zadorov able to feed it to Rantanen. He'll snap it back into his own end. Landeskog feeding it out to center ice. Sitting on 24 goals this year as Landeskog. His career high is 26 4 years ago. Barry into the offensive end. Wrist shot from Kirkwood, kicked out by Fleury. Or checking to Nieto. And now the puck to the corner. And back on it is Nate Schmidt, and he'll skate it to center ice. And he'll wire one in. Varlamov cutting it off. And back on the Avalanche. Lindholm to center. Picked off by Reeves. Reeves back the other way against Johnson. Down the boards. Rolls up. Trying to cycle it down towards Nosek, but Johnson read it. And Colorado back the other way, but not for long. Pass went over the stick of Como. Here's Belmar trying to sneak down the wing. Squeezed off by Johnson. Backhands it in front. And Girard stays home, and he'll regroup for his team. Sam Girard to make his way to center. Now Soderberg funnels it in deep. And John Merrill behind his own goal. The Golden Knights looking to become the 5th team in the NHL this year to clinch a playoff spot. There's 2 in the East, Tampa Bay and Boston. 2 in the West, Nashville and Winnipeg. Winnipeg did it last night with a shootout win over Nashville in a real intense game in Manitoba. Kerfoot back the other way for Colorado. Into the offensive zone with speed. Feeds it across the slot. Howla gets there, banks it up the boards. Alt to keep it in. Kerfoot had it knocked away. And now the puck to center ice for Perron. Here's Howla into the Avalanche end for Neal. Wrist shot blocked by Alt. Compher on their counterattack for the Avalanche. To Kerfoot. Into the middle of Alt. His wrist shot on a safe. Fleury, who took a peek behind him, but he had it. Oh, Mark Alt with a real good chance in his 2nd game with the Avalanche. But Marc-Andre Fleury took care of it, his 9th save in the first 8.5 minutes.
Arena. And guys, I talked to James Neal about Gerard Gallant's coaching style and how much fun he's made the game for this team this season. He said sometimes you get caught up in the work aspect and you forget how much fun the game is, and that Gerard Gallant is really focused on his approach being that this is a fun game and he wants this season to have less pressure than it should, guys. And you know from our conversations with him, especially earlier today, that this has been his approach the whole season long.
Yeah, he's got that ability, I think, Allie, as you said, to, and you know this better than anybody, Shane, that, you know, it's a fine line there between having it be fun, but also that line of accountability, and he's able to do both.
Well, I think they recognize that they work hard, they do their job, they put in the work, and they've had success from it. That certainly helps make it fun, but Gerard Gallant has that ability to get the best out of his players. Rantanen
toe picks behind the net. Landeskog swoops in to play it, trying to shake his way loose back down the boards, being watched closely by Eric Howla. In the middle out of McKinnon, his shot turned away by Fleury. Now the Golden Knights looking to get things going here. They've been outshot 10-3 so far in the first 9 minutes. Landeskog into the offensive end. McKinnon will run it in around the boards. And now Barry pinching into the corner. And now work his way loose, and he get hauled down by Neal, and the Golden Knights going to be shorthanded. James Neal to the box. Starts for the Golden Knights haven't been what they used to. That used to be the strength of this team, and now a power play for the Avalanche. They had a power play goal last time these two teams met, as James Neal down the stick as Barry spins off the check. The stick right in the skates of Tyson Barrie as he gets tripped up, and James Neal the penalty box for 2 minutes.
See here, there's a penalty kill. It's a big penalty kill early in this game. And if the Golden Knights can kill this off, might be that momentum shift they need.
Golden Knights penalty kill brought to you by Auto Nation. James Neal in the box for the tripping minor at 9:25. Shea mentioned the Avalanche had a power play goal from Carl Soderberg Saturday, the only goal he had in regulation. Nathan MacKinnon leads them with 12 power play goals on the year. Their power play's been at 30% over the last 17 games.
Well, Rantanen has 10 power play goals right behind MacKinnon. Outstanding second season for the 10th overall pick in 2015 of the Avalanche.
And they'll start it out here off this faceoff. Theodore to rip it down the ice. So power play for Colorado. Soderberg up front with Comfer and Kerfoot. And Johnson with Girard on the back end. The Golden Knights countering with Belmar and Nosek. And they're joined by Miller and Theodore. Puck along the boards for Nosek, and he'll backhand it out. The Avalanche have been prone to giving up shorthanded goals this year. They've allowed a dozen. That's the most in the NHL. Girard to headman it out of the reach of Comfer. Carlson the other way, had Eakin open, but the pass didn't get through. And now Soderberg will jam it in down the wing. Colin Miller back on it, guns it around the boards, but not out. Good keep in by Girard. Now Theodore will give it a try, and he clears. And Varlamov will set it. Both teams getting fresh bodies on the ice. Just past the halfway point of a scoreless first period. Up ice comes Jost. He'll carry to the corner. Rolls up. Works his way back up the half wall under a little pressure from Schmidt. Landeskog to sweep it around the boards as he took a hit from McNabb. Rantanen looking to pivot away from Nosek. And Barry to play it across to MacKinnon. Walks in a little bit. Wrist shot gloved away by Fleury. MacKinnon in behind the net. Stick handles out to the right side. Tied for fourth in the NHL in scoring with Evgeny Malkin. Is Nathan MacKinnon. No, checking a third coming into tonight. Here's Barry straight away. Off now to Rantanen. Fanned on the shot. And McNabb clears it.
Well, you can see how dangerous MacKinnon is. He starts on the one side, gets a shot, maintains possession, moves all around the ice. He's just a guy you have to key on every time he's out there.
One shot so far for the Avalanche on this power play. They have a dozen seconds left on it. Jost to feed it out high. Barry whiffed on a one-timer and broke his stick in the process. Carpenter up ice with Haula. Rush shot. That's blocked by Johnson. Penalties up to Neal. He's out of the box. Golden Knights at full strength. Miller with a wrister. That sails wide. Theodore to keep it into Carpenter. Neal pumped down from behind by Jost, and a penalty here. Jost without a stick took down Neal. So the Golden Knights just killed off a shorthanded situation of their own. And with 8:22 to go in the first, they'll have a power play when we come back. First period, time for our Chevy Around the League, brought to you by your Southern Nevada Chevy dealers. There's a look at the Western Conference playoff picture. The Golden Knights need a point to make it official or any sort of loss by the LA Kings tonight against Calgary, and the Colorado Avalanche right now in a real tight spot But #1 in the wild card position, St. Louis and the Kings right behind them.
It was almost like movement every night. There's games on, and that's the way it'll be right till that final day of regular season action.
Golden Knights power plays brought to you by Adam Kuttner. Their first of the game. They were 0 for 1 in Denver Saturday afternoon. Right off the draw. Drive from Schmidt and a save by Varlamov. Tucked in behind the net. Had it taken away. And a good play by Tatar. It was Tatar that had the drive, and he'll keep it in. He'll filter it into the corner. Tuck to sweep it around for Marchessault. He got knocked down by Como as he made the pass, and the puck sails out. And now William Karlsson will start back for his team. Sitting on 39 goals on the year. His +41 leads the NHL. Alex Tuck will reload at his own blue line. Being hounded all the way by Bork. Now Karlsson up ice. Gains the blue line for Tatar. He'll carry it in a little bit further. Back out for Theodore, the blue line. Rotates it down to Tuck, but it went by him. Avalanche are #3 in the league on the penalty kill. #1 at home and #23 on the road coming into tonight.
Yeah, just 76.8% on the road. And they've commanded at home at 92.3%.
Eric Allo leads the Golden Knights with 11 power play goals, and he tipped it on the end of Varlamov, got a piece of it. Neal and Haula working to give and go.
Great save by Varlamov. There's a little redirect by Haula. A great pass by Neal to the inside.
Now the Golden Knights still with 35 seconds of power play time to work with. 3 shots on this man advantage so far. At one point in this period, they were being outshot 12-3. It's now 12-6. And Hunt from deep in his own end. Well, back pass to Haula. Closing in on 30 goals. He's got 28 for the year. Here's Hunt straight away. Around the horn to Neal. And Hunt to Miller. Perron a couple of steps in. To Haula. Back out top for Miller. A wrist shot. Missed the net. He was looking for the high tip from Neal. Neal to dish it off for Miller. Power plays over. And Miller gave it away to Jost, who had just stepped out of the box. Here's McKinnon up ice. Bolting down the wing. Slams the brakes on. Ball down high to Landeskog. His shot got blocked away by Hunt. Now Landeskog holds it. Feeds it out in the middle for Barry. And it tipped away. Eakin racing up ice. He has Perron joining him. They had it batted away though by Alt. And the Avalanche back the other way. Landeskog to throw it in. Inside 6 minutes to go in the first. Barry a long wrist shot. Tipped out high by Compher, and Fleury able to get a piece of it. Now here's Carpenter. A little redirect for Tuck. Stick handles his way in. Trying to fight through Barry in deep. Rolls around the net. Feeds it out for Schmidt. His shot got blocked to the boards. And Alexander Kerfoot back on it for Colorado. He'll filter it down the boards. This will be offside here, I believe, on Colorado. Icing on the Avalanche. 5:21 to go now in the period. No score.
Well, it's a couple good chances on the power play. Then a chance for the Avalanche, and a great play by Brad Hunt. Nice defensive stick as Landeskog setting up for the one-timer off to the left of Fleury. And Brad Hunt able to extend that stick. Takes away that chance for number 92.
Offensive zone draw for the Golden Knights. We'll have the Belmar line on the ice. He's flanked by Nosek and Reeves. Theodore and Miller on defense. As Belmar will lean in against Soderberg, and the puck all the way back to the Vegas end, where Fleury will set it for Shea Theodore. Golden Knights have a 7-0 win here against Colorado over 5 months ago. The most goals that Semyon Varlamov had allowed in a game this year. That's still the case. And then the Avalanche coming back with a shootout win in Denver Saturday.
Varlamov, much like the team, had a slow start to the season, but certainly been very good. 39 saves last game against the Golden Knights. It was a big reason, especially late and into that overtime period. Gave his team a chance to win in the shootout.
And he has logged a lot of games here for the Avalanche lately. He's appeared now in 21 straight. Reeves tried to chip that down the boards, but put it into his own bench. So we'll step aside with just over 5 minutes to go in a scoreless first period at T-Mobile.
The Golden Knights, how their season's gone against divisions, their best, their own, the Pacific Division, 18-3-3 record. And the Central here with the Colorado Avalanche, they're 11-7-1. Trying to extend that, make it 12-7-1. And be a good night for all the fans that have come to see if their team can clinch their very first playoff berth.
Second opportunity for the Golden Knights to do it. Off this draw, puck out high for Johnson to the blue line. He'll rotate it down low. McNabb trying to get there. Puck kicks to the boards, and Nate Schmidt to pick it up and bank it out. Over the stick of Tomas Nosek. Eric Johnson. And he'll drop it back now for Tyson Barrie. Recently put together an 11-game point streak on the back end for Colorado, their longest by a defenseman in team history. Outlet pass out of the reach of Nathan McKinnon. Carpenter out of Belmar into the offensive zone. Pinned by Barrie. And Rantanen back the other way to the Vegas line. With Landeskog on the rush and McKinnon. Rantanen able to make his way to the corner. Leaned on by McNabb. Fights his way in a little further as he got knocked down. And now Belmar back the other way for the Golden Knights. At the end of his shift, he'll drive it in and head off. And the Golden Knights get 5 fresh bodies over the boards. After tonight, the Golden Knights will have 6 games to go in the regular season. 3 more here at T-Mobile, and then 3 on the road to end the regular year. Coming up a week from Saturday, icing here on the Avalanche to stop play.
It's amazing how fast those seasons just fly by, especially this first one, but what a season it's been, and a good defensive play by both behind the net. McNabb, Schmidt just seal off the players, a little push over to Belmar that allows them to get out of the zone. Heard what Belmar talking about that today, sticking their systems, playing to their strengths, being solid defensively.
All off this face-off. Hunt able to work it loose. And now Soderberg will shoot it in. Merrill behind his own net. Keeps it moving for Hunt. Up for Tatar. William Karlsson to the Colorado blue line. Trying to run it down the boards. Got sealed off. And now the puck back to center ice. Soderberg looking to gain the line. Spun off the play by Merrill. William Karlsson banks it around his own net. Merrill with a lead pass for Jonathan Marchessault. Theodore to Tatar down the wing. Drop to the Miller. Long drive. Sails wide. And Theodore had to go just by his stick back to center ice. Theodore to